Do you think Pokemon is in a good spot right now? I am genuinely curious to know what you think. Not from really a collectability standpoint, because let's face it, Pokemon is doing really well when it comes to catering to the collecting audience, the collector core. Obviously, the competitive side of things is booming like crazy. The whole introduction of alternate arts and carrying through that with art rares and these special art rares, and now we've gotten scans and some card leaks for Scarlet and Violet, which comes at the end of March. That looks absolutely phenomenal. We should get more scans, more secret rares over the next couple days, because that releases already this upcoming Friday, the same weekend as Crown Zenith releases here in the US. They are getting Scarlet and Violet base, which doesn't come here until the end of March. Now, I'm more concerned about like what you think about the availability. Do you go to the store? Do you go to Target? Do you go to Walmart? Do you see a lot of cards that are available? I don't go out buying cards. I don't really go looking for cards, because we're able to buy from wholesale suppliers. We're able to buy from our distributors since we own a storefront. So it's a lot easier to be able to find at least something currently for me. And over the last couple of years, Pokemon's done a really good job of being able to meet demand extremely easily. So much, probably overkill to a point, right? Because we had a lot of collection boxes. It just seemed like every week something else was coming out, and prices dropped like crazy for collection boxes to really close to wholesale levels. But as far as booster boxes go, we're going to talk about the potential for reprints, because I know there's a lot of rumors going around about reprints, and you probably want to know what the actual truth is, what's actually happening, because booster boxes are going to shoot up, or are shooting up like crazy. And we'll talk about the actual market for the booster boxes after I go through the reprint news, but it's just crazy. So I want to know what you think about the availability state of Pokemon, because we've had a couple months since Silver Tempest. We don't have another actual main series set release until Scarlet and Violet at the end of March. Obviously, we have Crown Zenith coming out. That's super popular. If you haven't gotten Crown Zenith yet, I highly recommend getting it, pre-ordering it now. Supply is like, I don't want to cause FOMO or anything like that, but I also don't want you paying double MSRP for a product. And it is spread out like crazy, which is super helpful and beneficial, but supply is already like dried up from distribution. So I can't order more ETBs. We're sold out right now, so I'm not getting any bump or anything. If you can find a good deal on ETBs, I highly recommend picking them up now. Obviously, it could be reprinted in the future, but right now there's no plans for additional waves of ETBs. So I just worry with all the hits and things like that. I don't want you guys losing money like crazy. Before we begin, I do need to give away this Champions Path Elite Trainer box in this cereal case from Target, because we talked about this last week. If you want to win something, go back, just watch the videos on Friday. We're giving away 9 ETBs of Crown Zenith. So go back, watch the video from last Friday to see, to make sure you're entered to win. But we are giving this away to Sniffy McRib 5953. Sniffy McRib. That is so funny. Sniffy McRib 5953. I don't even know why that's a funny name. It's super funny though. Sniffy McRib, congratulations. You're the winner for a Champions Path Elite Trainer box. I just need you to message me your details. You can find me on Instagram, Danny.Phantump. You can find me on Twitter, Danny__O, or on just send me an email, DannyPhantumpContent@gmail.com. I'm going to flip you guys around quick as I talk about reprints, because there's been a lot of rumors going around. I've heard people talk about reprinted booster boxes coming, and I want to kind of set the record straight. You can hang with me as we move forward throughout the video, but I wanted to give that news fairly early on. As of right now, the 3 distributors that I've been calling like crazy to try and find out this information, they have no news regarding reprints. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to come, because I have talked to some people who use different distributors that have said they have already gotten confirmation of reprints coming at the end of February, early March, and they already listed off specific sets like Fusion Strike getting reprinted, Astral Radiance getting reprinted, Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, and a small wave of Brilliant Stars. Now, that's not including Evolving Skies. No plans to reprint Evolving Skies from any distributor. No plans to reprint Chilling Reign from any distributor. So right now, those are the core sets that we're talking about. We did just get a really small, minuscule restock of Lost Origin, which is why you might see those prices kind of level out a little bit over the next week or so. But outside of that, possibly end of February, early March, possibly. I will confirm once I get 100% details on that size, things like that. But it looks like a couple of distributors are at least leaking information saying that there is, it's not really a leak, but spreading information that there is going to be reprints of those sets coming at the end of February, beginning of March. However, none of the distributors that I work with with have confirmed that, because they can't. They've talked to reps, and there's just nothing out there. So don't FOMO, but don't take every rumor that you hear with a grain of salt, because obviously Pokemon can do anything anytime they want. They can reprint sets as often, as frequently as they want, sets that are out of rotation, sets that are still in rotation. I personally do believe that reprints will come at the end of February, beginning of March, and Pokemon just hasn't spread that information out. I do think it's going to be a fairly substantial size. However, I don't think they can reprint something large enough that's really going to impact the market completely and take booster boxes down to $90, $95 again, because there's just so many sets right now that are starting to spike up, and we're going to talk about that in a minute here. I do think that some might fall to, 110, 115, somewhere around there, but with the price hike coming for Scarlet and Violet, and it's not just customers who are paying an additional 10% on top of their booster packs and on top of their booster boxes, it's also LGSs. It's also distributors. So distributors are going to start charging LGSs an additional 10%. So if you're looking at buying, somebody sent me a screenshot of one distributor who's already charging for, or not charging, but listing their price for Scarlet and Violet. You're looking at a wholesale price for a booster box of roughly $95. That's insane. That's a very, very expensive price point when you can consider for the past year and a half, you've been able to find a lot of booster boxes less than $95. So with the wholesale price going up, I know Game Nerds, for one, already kind of introduced the market price on their booster boxes for Scarlet and Violet, because they started pre-orders at 110. That seems maybe a little bit low, especially for a lot of smaller stores that are going to be paying closer to that $95 wholesale price, because once you factor in shipping of roughly $10 or so, taxes, fees, you might be profiting $2, $3 on a booster box, which makes it very rough to stay in business for an LGS, especially if you're factoring labor and trying to make a living off of it. Very, very difficult. We're going to look at the market right now, but that's the information I wanted to give you regarding reprints. I'm assuming they are coming, but I'm not going to confirm anything as of yet until the 3 distributors that I work with get official confirmation from their sales reps that work for Pokemon, because right now they have not gotten that yet. I hope to have that information for you at some point this week. So I know there's other channels who have said reprints are coming. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to say they're wrong. They're probably correct. My distributors just don't have that information yet, and that's kind of the weird thing, is that some distributors, there's so many different ones, get some information that other ones don't get. It's very, very strange. And it could also be we ran into a situation during the pandemic where a lot of distributors were kind of holding back product and then starting to upcharge customers, things like that. So it gets very, very dicey, and I want to keep it 100 so you guys know everything that's going on, but I wanted to know what you think about the current state as far as availability goes, because it's starting to get a little bit pricey, and that worries me about the hobby. I think it's in a great spot as far as collectability goes, but people's pocketbooks can only afford so much, especially with the constant inflation and things like that. So we're going to look at the booster box trends right now real quick, just kind of go over the last 8 sets or so, starting with Battle Styles. You can see what it's done over the last 3 months, and this is where I really want to focus on, because this is where we see these climbs, these gains, right? Battle Styles going up to $103.47 really over the last month and a half, because availability, that's really the only one that was below $100 as far as purchase price goes, the one that has alternate arts in it and things like that. So a lot of people are starting to buy up some of this product just so they have something to open, or so they have something maybe to trade to increase their collection value down the road, whatever the case may be. It was down to $84.90 at the end of November. Black Friday sales, things like that, and then kind of skyrocketing up to $103.47. So it jumped almost over 20% in the span of a month and a half or so. If we look at Chilling Reign, this one has done nothing but grow over the last 3 months. You can see at the beginning of November it was down to $92.37. It's at a 3-month high right now, and pretty much all of these are at a 3-month high right now. $131.06 is where it's currently trending and continuing in the upward direction. This is one of those that did not look like it's getting reprinted. At least we haven't gotten any announcements, and we're really close to that reprint window closing for Chilling Reign, because the set has been out for over a year and a half now. At this point, they had 2 massive waves come out of Chilling Reign. You were able to pick it up for $80, $85 for a while. Evolving Skies, a set that a lot of people want to be reprinted. Makes sense for it to be reprinted because of the price point on it at $320, but in the rumors that are circulating, Evolving Skies is not one of those sets that is getting reprinted. Again, reprint window really starting to close, and the good thing is availability is still there for like booster packs and things like that. There's still sleeve boosters that pop up every once once in a while, especially online or in store. Maybe you're walking to a GameStop and you see some hanging on the shelf or something like that. So there's still some availability as far as being able to purchase single packs, but the booster boxes just continue to climb and climb and climb. $319.36 is the current market price on Evolving Skies booster boxes, just off of its 3-month high, which is $321.40. How high can this go? Wouldn't surprise me if we don't get a reprint. It could hit $500 maybe by summer, maybe by fall, because then you're just going to start feeling like, okay, the reprint window on this set is really, really close. And we saw what happened with Evolutions. Well, there's a lot bigger cards in Evolving Skies than there is in Evolution. So it's crazy to see this continue to grow and grow. Low price on it, $247.60. Well, that was back in middle of October. So it's just done nothing but climb since then. Fusion Strike, this is one of those sets that does seem to be getting us at least some reprint as far as the rumors go, but we'll see if that's accurate or not. At a 3-month high right now, sitting at 124. This is going to be in the format for quite some time as far as competitive play, so this does need to have copies of cards out there for competitive players to play. Fusion Strike, very, very playable set, with Gengar, with Mew being one of the bigger cards in the format. A lot of staple trainers in this set, things like that. It had fallen down to 97.50. That was in the middle of November, and then really started climbing. You can see in December, beginning of December, it shot up like a rocket. 124 is where it's currently sitting right now. That's a 3-month high for Fusion Strike. Brilliant Stars has confused everybody. Very small reprints have come out multiple times, very small waves of this product. You can still buy this booster box on the Pokemon Center's website for MSRP, $144. So that doesn't make sense that people continue to buy it on TCG Player for a 3-month high of $182.22. That's insane. Like, why buy it on TCG Player when you could buy it from Pokemon Center for $40 less? But it was down to $164.85. That was at the beginning of November, kind of up and down, and now it's kind of leveled off a little bit right around that 180, 182 mark. That's where it's sitting right now. Like I said, a small reprint seems to be coming to this, but I don't think it's going to take it much lower than MSRP if that actually does come. Like I said, I will keep you updated as I get more information. Astral Radiance starting to take off a little bit. A couple of really big waves for Astral Radiance. This was fairly available for quite some time. You can see it level right around that $100 mark, basically from October all the way up to the beginning of the year. And now with booster boxes just being impossible to find, a lot of storefronts just can't buy them. They can't stock them. There's none at the distributors right now. So the stock is drying up fast, and it just continues to climb. So now it's at 116.06, continuing to trend in the upward direction. So 3-month high for Astral Radiance. A Lost Origin, we did have a small restock of Lost Origin over the last few weeks. Very, very small. You can see played virtually no impact on the market whatsoever, except helping it level off a little bit over the last few weeks, sitting at 124.82. That's just off of a 3-month high of 126.34. Lost Origin, very, very fun set to open. A lot of people love this set because of the trainer gallery. Right around Thanksgiving, it was down to $100.21, and then just climbed. Silver Tempest, the most recent set. You can see this blip. We're going to ignore the blip, which is a $76 sale. That was probably some kind of glitch or fraudulent thing or something weird going on with TCG Player. So we're going to take the low price at $102.69, which is right around release of November, beginning of November. So kind of stayed leveled off until really the middle of December before it started climbing. Not a whole lot in Silver Tempest that people get really excited about, except for a couple of the alternate arts and the Lugia V-Star, maybe a couple of the full art trainers, but you can see just really starting to climb, sitting at 125.92 currently, which is just off of a 3-month high of 127.15. So we might see some reprints come into play at the beginning of March, end of February. Like I said, I'll confirm that as I get more information, but I wanted to get your take on things. Pokemon just announced the Pokemon 151 set that's going to be coming out in June, which is going to be kind of an homage set to the original 150. It's going to be absolutely crazy. People are going to love it. So I think Pokemon's in a great state as far as collectability goes. I just worry a little bit about demand. I don't want to go back to a place where you can't find anything in the store because it's just getting kind of bought out like crazy and then streamed and ripped open and whatnot for $15 for an Evolving Skies pack. That's not healthy for the market in the future. So don't FOMO, pay attention, only spend and put in what you can afford, because this is supposed to be fun and you can't have fun if you're losing money like crazy. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you enjoy the content, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, or if you don't enjoy the content, don't hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow with a live stream. We're gonna break like 400 packs of Crown Zenith. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thursday we'll have a video. Friday I hope to have pull rates compiled for Crown Zenith. It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for everything. I will talk to you soon. Until next time, peace.